Howdy, I'm Rosa Bushry and I'm going to be explaining how to balance chemical equations. So, a chemical reaction is a rearrangement of substances' molecular structures to form new substances. And an example of this is photosynthesis. So, photosynthesis uses light, water, and air, and it turns that into food for the plant, sugar, glucose. Reactions like these can be represented by chemical equations to show the reactants and products of a chemical reaction. So the photosynthesis chemical equation is CO2 plus H2O in the presence of sunlight gives you glucose and oxygen. Because matter can't just be created out of thin air, the reactant side needs to equal the product side. There needs to be the same amount of elements on each side. And this is why balancing equations is necessary. We can start off balancing the equations by figuring out the number of elements originally on each side. So there is 1 carbon, 2 hydrogen, and 3 oxygen on this side, and 6 carbon, 12 hydrogen, and 8 oxygen on this side. So we want them to equal the same, so we'll start with carbon. Carbon needs to be multiplied by 6 in order to equal 6 on this side, so that it's the same as on this side. So we put times 6 here. That changes the amount of oxygen. So 6 times 2 is 12, 13. We now have 13 oxygen on this side. Next, we're going to balance the hydrogen. So we need 12 hydrogen on this side. So 2 times what is 12? 6 equals 12. So we put a 6 here. That changes the number of oxygen on this side again. So now we will have 6 times 2, 12, plus 6. We'll have 18 oxygens on this side. So right now we have carbon and hydrogen balanced on both sides. We just need to balance the oxygens. So on this side, we're going to change this lone oxygen, because if we added a number here, then it would change the C's and H's, and we don't want to mess those up because we got those balanced already. So if we put a 6 here, 6 times 2 is 12, plus this 6 is then 18 on this side also. So then all of the things on both sides equal the same. So this is how you balance a chemical equation.